Peace, peace. Welcome to the show. This right here is Humble Beginnings, but we simply live it through. Like I always tell y'all, when I say we simply live it through, all I'm simply saying is no matter what we face with adversity or any kind of diversity, all we can do is play that thing out, see where it goes, man. That's all we can do in life. Today, we're going to have us a real good conversation. I got a gang with me today, man. We're going to have a good time. But I'm going to go ahead and bring the team up so we can go ahead and get this thing started. First up, I got my man, Matty B. He's joining me. What's up, brother?
What's good, brother? Let's do it, man. Let's have a good time.
I also got my man, Will.
What's going on? How everybody doing tonight?
What's happening? I got my girl, Tika. What's going on, man?
What's up?
That's what's up. And I also got my girl, Caprice.
Yeah, your favorite.
Hold up. Got Caprice with us. Hold up. She coming. All right, good. So,
is the camera on?
Yeah, she might got that P. Ray Davis. She might got that P. Ray Davis, man. So she might be slowly lagging. So, yo, we gonna get into this thing, man. Today we're gonna have a couple relationship topics, man. We're gonna discuss a few things. You know what I'm saying? I know this first question that I'm gonna pose is gonna require us to probably do a little bit of a breakdown before we get into the direct question. This first question that we're going to talk about is respect and love synonymous within a relationship? Now, before we go through this, because I've had many conversations with people, and a lot of people got so many different definitions of nuances of what they think love is, and a lot of people got so many of these things of what they think respect is. So quickly, I want to go through the group and hear kind of how we're viewing these things so that when we respond, we kind of get an idea of why this person or individual is saying what they're saying in the realm of that itself. So I'm gonna keep it easy. I'm gonna just go left to right and work it top to bottom. But real quickly, as far as respect, Matt, can you briefly explain to me when you hear the word respect and you see respect, what you think of respect?
When I hear the word respect, I think of admiration that you feel for a person based on how they represent themselves. That's what I first think of when I hear the word respect, and just how you kind of like honor that person as far as the way they move in your relationship with them.
So before we continue, everybody on the panel, y'all might have to mute y'all mics because I can hear a lot of the feedback of y'all backgrounds while they talking. So when I get to y'all might have to jump in. Just for instance, because I can kind of hear y'all. All right, Will, let me know, man. What you think, man, when you hear respect, man? What you think?
Basically, to me, respect is I care about what you think, what you feel, how you doing. I think that and love coincide with each other, basically. So I mean, it's not a hard thing or whatever. If I respect you, I'm not gonna do you dirty. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard, but it's just mutual respect. You treat me how I treat you. It's that simple.
Okay. Tika, I'm coming to you. When you hear respect, man, what you think of when you hear respect?
I'm gonna have to say, respect is like accepting somebody for who they are, like whether they're different from you or whatever the case may be. That's how I see respect.
Okay, keep it short, simple enough. I like that. Caprice, where you at? You there? You there? All right, she working out the P. Ray right now. So
can you hear me?
All right, yeah, go ahead, do your thing. So what you think when you hear the word respect? I can hear you, but we can't see you.
Bruh.
All right, so yeah, like I said, when I hear respect, I actually say the exact same thing like what Tika said. I think respect, though, is the acceptance of, everybody's individual palette. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think respect is simple. Like, it's like, yo, you rock a certain way, I rock a certain way. It's the acceptance of being there to be like, yo, you do it your way, I do it my way. You know what I'm saying? Like not forcing the conformity of anything. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much just accepting.
So you thinking it's understanding? You saying it's understanding? Okay.
Well, it's really more the acceptance, not more so the understanding. Because whether I understand it or not, I still should, respect it in a sense. So I should still kind of accept that the way, however you may move, you still a man at the end of the day. You get what I'm saying? So I don't have to understand how you moving, but I do have to look at the way you're moving and be like, yo, he's still a man at the end of the day. He got his own way of doing things.
Okay.
So in that sense, it's like, yo, it's more of an exception thing when you carry it out. So the other half, love. Maddie, I'm starting with you. When you hear love, what is love to you, man? What is love?
Love is just it's just a feeling to me. It's a feeling you have for somebody, like the closeness, admiration. It's like a bond. It could either be deep. You could be in love. It could be deep love. It could just be a natural vibe you get when you're around the person. So that's my definition of love. So It comes in many forms, but it's just a deep admiration for a person.
Okay, cool. Will, what about you, man? When you hear the word love, man, what comes to your heart?
I'm agree with Maddie. I think it's all, the friendship, everything we've been through, all of that stuff, all of that equals up into love or whatever. It's like I said, it's not hard. All of it works together. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you like this: if I love you, and I really feel like men love a little bit harder than women do, because we're trained not to be emotional about it or whatever. But if I love you, I'm willing to do anything for you and go above and beyond for you.
Okay. Tika, let me hear it, man. When you hear love, what is love to you, man? Tell me what it looks like.
I'm ready to hear this.
It's like a strong feeling of affection, like concern, like towards another person. You know what I'm saying? It's like it has to do like kinship. Or or like some type of close friendship type thing. That's what I would have to say.
Okay.
Hold up, Kev. Is it putting the pictures up on social media?
Yeah, most definitely. But I mean, no, not really.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. Caprice. Matter of fact, I gotta ask you both because you was dealing with the P Ray at first. So before we go deal with love, when you hear love, what is love to you?
Am I lagging first?
No, you good right now.
What's the question now?
What is love? When you hear love, what is love to you?
I'm gonna have to agree with Matt. I think it's a strong admiration for somebody. That's the only thing I could put it as, just a feeling. So it's nothing much that you could really describe love as. Besides that for me.
Okay. Also, respect. When you hear respect, what comes to you when you hear respect? What is respect to you?
Understanding. And when I say that, I mean like if we set in boundaries, I expect you to understand, and I guess, I expect you to understand those boundaries and not cross them. Especially if they non-negotiables.
Okay. So, love. Y'all know most people who you talk to me, they know I'm a very literal person. I deal with the definitions. It is what it is. Love is simply an emotion. It's an emotion that is simply expressed through actions. So when we talk love is of course expressed in many different ways, and it may be different depending on the particular person, but it is just simply an emotion in itself. You know what I'm saying? That's really all love is. It's an innate feeling that we all naturally have. And like I said, it's expressed through many different actions. Okay? So since we all done gave our definitions, our understandings of what these things is, now let's deal with the question that's at hand. Is respect and love synonymous in a relationship? Do everybody know what synonymous means? Oh, y'all need me to throw the
just break it down.
I'm not even going to play that game. So The word synonymous. Synonymous is a word that comes from synonyms. It's we act like synonym characters, which means they are alike or they fit as the same, and they bear with each other like a really very very hard similarity to it. That's what synonymous is. It's like it comes from the word synonym. Okay, so that means it's like they're similar within a situation. So it's like basically asking the question of is love and respect pretty much carries the same weight within a relationship, if I break it down. We got it?
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, gotcha.
This time I'm gonna start from the bottom. Ladies, Caprice, let's see you answer the question. I mean, because I kept going before, and I didn't want to feel like I'm being, sexist and making the women go last. We already sitting on the top, above them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to feel like I don't want nobody to say the women are beneath us. So I want y'all to go first. And the men can just wait, man, because that's the gentleman thing to do. So Caprice, answer to the question.
If you're speaking in literal terms and technicality, no is not synonymous, but it's subjective to the person. So with love and respect, for me, in order for me to love you, I have to respect you. So
So
repeat the question again. I don't know if I answered it.
So is respect and love synonymous in a relationship?
And if we talk about in a relationship, I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for me. In order for me to love you, I have to have some form of respect for you. So it's yes for me. But if we talk about literal and taking the words literally, no.
Okay, cool. Tika, you next. So Tika, is it synonymous? Love and respect. What's up?
I'm gonna have to say come here. No. I mean, like, love is like a feeling of affection towards somebody, while respect is like an admiration for them based on who they are as a person. So I don't see them as synonymous. I see them as like completely different.
Okay, cool. Will, what you saying, man? They synonymous or what, man?
They all work. It all works within the same thing. If I love you, I respect you. If I respect you, I'm not gonna say I love you, but the other way around, yes. If I'm in a relationship, I gotta respect you to love you. I gotta love you to respect also. But I got a question. I'm gonna let Maddie and you answer. And then I got a question for the whole panel though.
Okay, that's cool.
But it all to me, it all works within the same. And this is coming from somebody been married 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Let me hear it, man. Yo, are these things synonymous, man?
No, I don't think those things go together at all, me personally, because, and I go by my own experience. I was in love with somebody, and it may sound crazy, but I ain't had no respect for them at all. But I felt close. But I felt close to them because just being around somebody, sometimes you can get used to them, and you can have that feeling of admiration, but they don't move like how a wife should move, or they don't move like somebody you should be affiliated should move. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have respect. Say example, I watch Kobe Bryant. I got respect for him. I don't love him. You know what I'm saying? You can have respect from far away. And then you can have love for somebody, a family member, a brother that might be on drugs. You can have love for a cousin that's still all the time. But I don't respect that person. So I don't think those two things go together at all for me.
Okay. So, me personally, I agree with Matt and Tika. I don't think them shit have nothing to do with each other. I definitely agree they are totally different. And I'm a literal person, so even based off the literal, and even if I try to be idealistic, they still have nothing to do with each other. Like, these are totally separate things. Totally separate. So I definitely agree with Tika and Matt.
Man. I don't know.
But Will, you say you got a question. Go ahead.
Okay, so my question is, you hear it if you like talk to people, you hear, well, I love this person because they gave me my kids or whatever. but the relationship is so bad, there's no respect there. So I can understand what you're saying. What's your breakdown of that, though? I love this. I love this person for the years we was together, and I love this person for this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I hear this all the time. I love this person because they gave me my 2 kids or whatever. You don't think that if the respect was there, it'll still be all right?
So I think Matt did a good job of what he said. Like, so with your example, yes, I can hear someone saying, I love this person because of the kid, or I love this person because of that. But that's not the same thing as me respecting them, though. I can love and adore you, but that don't mean I respect you, though. It's just a different strength there. It's like my respect is not tied into my love. Like, yeah, I love you, but respect is different, man. It's just not the same.
I think, you know, and I always tell you, Northerners think different. If I don't fool with you, I just don't fool with you.
Hey, you might be right though. You know why you might be right? Because Caprice a Northerner and y'all kind of believe the same thing.
Yeah.
But so you might be right. Something might be wrong with y'all Northerners too, man. I don't know. Y'all might be
tripping. Why you say that?
Y'all running these words together, man. Y'all might be tripping on this one, Will, man. I don't know, man.
Caprice, let me ask you.
Man, they different. Like, yo,
man,
different,
I said no. I said technically no. It is not the same. But for me, in order for me to be happy in that relationship, or for that relationship to be fulfilling to me, it would have to love and respect has to be involved. Like if you ask me which one I rather, yes, I would rather respect. But if we don't have no,
but the question is simple. But the question is not.
But I said for me.
I feel you. Because the question is synonymous. The word is synonymous. So it really kind of, the synonymous really plays very, very heavy of them like existing in the same space. But they really don't exist in the same space. Because synonymous comes, like I said, it comes from the word synonym, which means they hold that same level of value. That's what synonymous would mean. They hold the same level. So if you can say they don't hold the same level, then they wouldn't be synonymous. Because that's the word. You get what I'm saying?
All right. So let me ask.
So Will, you worked at a job before you had respect for your boss?
Yeah, because I respect the position.
But do you love him?
Nah.
So I think that can go the same way even in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I think you can love the person, have that feeling towards them, but for me, respect, you have to do something to gain respect. And just being with me, because I'm not gonna always say I was the strongest person where I would have had to have that respect established to love a person. Now I'm stronger now. I know not to even get too deep with a person until that respect is already established. So maybe some people, they don't even give that person a chance to, they don't even give themselves a chance to fall in love with a person until that respect is established. I can see why that person may say in a relationship, for them to get into a relationship, that would already have to be established. All right, so they have to go together though.
So let me ask you this then. If I love you, don't I gotta respect you enough not to step out on you? Don't I gotta respect you enough to show you that respect and all that other stuff? You don't think so?
I think you do have to respect them enough not to do that, but you can love them and not have that respect there though. But if you don't do it, that would be that respect being there.
So let me chime in. So to the question that you just posed, the answer would be no. Because if you really think about most relationships, people love each other and do the most disrespectful shit to the people they love the most. So it has nothing to do with tying them in together. Like a quick story. So I remember I was working at the job, right? And I remember it was 2 dudes, they were arguing. And they were arguing with a dude. The dude was talking about how he had stepped out on his wife. And one dude was like, matter of fact, it was a cat from Jersey. And the cat from Jersey was like, yo, you stepped out on your wife. He was like, yo, that means you don't love her like that. And he was like, dude, it's not a question of my love because I stepped out on my wife. And then for some reason, they chose to bring me into the conversation. And I was like, yo, it is not a question of whether or not you love them, but it is a question of cherishment. Cherishment and respect is different. So if you really, really respect someone, then you wouldn't put them in that position to cheat on them or whatever may have you. That's respect. That ain't got nothing to do with love. You can love somebody, like I always say this example, and people might say this is extreme. A man can love his wife and punch his wife in the face every single day he come home. He can still love her. That ain't got nothing to do with love. He love her and still knock her every damn chance he gets.
So you think he punched his wife in the face every day that he love her?
Yes, he can still love her. He still can love her. Now, do he respect and cherish her? No.
No.
He don't respect and cherish her,
You know what?
but he does love her though. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point why we're talking about the synonymous side. That's why I keep saying they're totally different. Because he can love her. It's just like some people, like it's just like how you ever hear people say, yo, I will love you to death. To some people, love strong enough that we gotta die. They be like, nigga, that ain't love, nigga. I ain't trying to die. Like, I ain't want to die from it. That ain't love. But some people, it's like, yo, I love you so much, man. Listen, that we can die. That's two different things, man.
I can't see it though. I can't see it. If I was to come home and punch my wife in the face every day, at some point, my wife gonna be like, yo, check this out. My man, we can't keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? So I can't see the love in that. I can't see the love in that.
But the crazy thing is she'll still love you even after you punch in her face.
I'm not gonna say that.
All those times.
Every situation. Every situation, every person is different. I'm not saying you wrong, but I will say this though. After a certain point, so that light bulb gonna go off. And it's gonna be like, yo. Yeah.
So it boils down to like the way Caprice had broke it down. How she gave the way of saying that she answered the question and then she gave like the preference behind it. So everybody, like, you want to be loved, but then you also want to be respected in the same sense. And what you have to understand is you could meet a woman and she could have mad respect for you, but the fight for her love could be so far away. Or vice versa. She could love you, but then the fight for her respect could be so far away. Now I got a question. I'm gonna ask y'all this question. Would you rather, and you had to pick one, so don't say both. They're not the same, so we're gonna talk about value. Would you rather be more respected? And this ain't even just relationships. This is from people, period. Would you rather be respected or loved? Matt, I'm gonna start with you.
Oh, definitely respect it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Definitely respect it. You know, I want you to act accordingly. You know, and respect comes with, I believe respect is more tied to action than love is. I don't believe love is tied to action as much as respect is. So, yeah, with that being said, I would definitely rather be respected, because if somebody respects you, they're going to value what you say. Somebody can love you and not give a damn about what you say. So you can't even kind of have the conditions of how they're going to act around you or what they're going to do behind your back. So I'm definitely more secure in a person having respect for me than love.
Caprice, what about you? You rather be respected or loved?
I'd rather be respected. I mean, it's a lot of females that say that on the internet, and they be saying like, "Oh, a woman is masculine for saying that she'd rather be respected." But I'm like, that's stupid. But whatever. Definitely rather be respected. Love is fleeting. You have to really put in effort every day to love that person, find something new to love about them. So respect, it can change, but that person will really have to do something to lose your respect. So I'd rather be respected.
Word. So Will, what you say, man? What you say? You rather be respected or loved?
I'm gonna tell you, I was ready to be hard-headed and say both, even though you said it. But Maddie, I thought about what Maddie said. And Maddie said, yo, if you work somewhere, do you love your boss? So I'm gonna have to go with respect too, because you know you ain't gonna love everybody that you come counter with. You know what I'm saying? But you do want that respect from everybody, though.
That's right.
But again, if I could give a damn, I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even gotta respect me. We don't gotta deal with each other.
That's a fact. That's a fact too.
Yeah.
True. I don't need none of it. As long as you treat me fair, I don't care what you think about me. Let's get to the money.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so we all in agreement on that part. We all in agreement.
That's honestly the best type of business relationship if it's just respect and there's no feelings involved. Because love is a feeling. You don't need that in no business.
Damn, Kev, man, you finally agreed on something.
I ain't lying, man. Yo, we be having these conversations, yo. Me and Will, we just ain't never on the same side, man. It's like, yo, okay, we doing it. Okay.
Hey, I need to get my glasses, man. I feel like I'm sticking out like a sore thumb.
No, you good. I can take mine off. You good?
Go get your lenses, man. Go get your lenses. I mean, let's look smart and talk smart. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all gonna leave it to the light skinned people to have their glasses on.
Hey, man. You know, the light skinned people, we tied to the other side anyway, so we don't mind. You know when people dark skinned, man, they got to be hard all the time. They can't afford to be sensitive. They can't afford to be soft. It's a little different. Like watch this. I'm gonna just give a quick example, right? We're in a situation like I can afford to cry in front of a chick because I'm a little light skinned. Matt can't afford to cry.
No, I can't.
No, he got to be hard. He can't cry in front of that girl.
But what's crazy is if I'm around a female, if I even get a little bit upset, they're gonna get scared because they're already thinking because you dark skinned, there's a dangerous side to you.
Yeah, because people.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
And there are studies that do point to, like, they used to do studies with infants and babies that the lighter or fairer skin has like a softer effect to it. And they typically tend to be more open to something that's lighter than it is darker. So they do experiments that show that. I mean, naturally, people do that. So
you know what I say. You know what I say. Y'all emotional. That's all. Y'all emotional.
It's okay, man, because you light skin, you allowed to. I always love using this example. Y'all remember that joint with Tyrese, right? That man, and he a singing dude, so we know he got a sensitive side. When that man just wanted to see his kids, that man break down, they gave that man hell. And he hit that good old, what more do you want from me? And all that. He a singing dude. We know he's soft, but he was not. Hey, we ain't allowed that man to be soft because he dark.
Hey, but hold on.
Too dark. Now, if it was genuine, if Mr. Same OG had did it, and he was like, what more do you want from me? We would have been like, man, come on, man. Let that man see his kids, man. That man crying. It's different. But with Tyrese, he too dark. He can't cry.
No, hold up now. Listen, I'm pecan, so I'm in the middle. I ain't got no problems. Hey, listen, if it's coming.
So you get the straddle the fence.
Man, listen, I was talking to my wife the other day, and we was talking about my daughter, and my body got into a place that I felt when she passed, I couldn't hold it. Normally, I'd get up, go in the room. She'll come in the room. Yo, you good? You know what I'm saying? I couldn't hold it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with that. You know, Kev, I've been with mines married 7 years, together for forever. So, it is what it is.
Most definitely.
Salute, brother.
Yeah.
Most definitely. All right, let's move on to the next. So, I need the rest of my team, man. I want to get some diversity because I know this question right here. This question would have came a little different because I had a good age range set up, man.
I think Caprice can hold it down, though. I think Caprice can hold it down. I think she got it. Oh no. Oh. Tika coming back. She said that the MacBook was updating and whatnot. She said she's jumping back. I hear her. But let's talk about it. What are y'all negotiables and non-negotiables when y'all are approaching these situations, which we know will lead to marriage? So, Caprice, I know since you're the only female right now, do you want to go first, or you want me to come back around?
I go first.
All right. Talk to us. Let us know what is what. Let's talk about the negotiables first, and then we'll address the non-negotiables.
My negotiables, I don't know. It's hot. It's kind of, I don't know, because I'm coming from a standpoint as a single mother. So whoever I get involved with have to have kids. So my negotiables would be like what he intend on how we gonna raise these kids, like who's taking which load. It's kind of, my negotiable is kind of more tied into like the whole kids dynamics, and yeah, that's it, because I really don't have a problem with anything else that would need that type of negotiation. Anything else, if it's not on my non-negotiables, I'm not pressed to negotiate it because it wouldn't necessarily bother me.
So what was a non-negotiable?
Non-negotiable, disrespect. Another non-negotiable would be. Hold on.
Okay. Matt, let's see what you got, man. What's your negotiables and non-negotiables?
So negotiables is things it can go either way, and non-negotiables is things you got to have, right?
Yeah. So your negotiables will be like you don't have to have them, but it's things that you like. Yo, she like say if she got a flaw, it's not a total hell no. But it's like, all right, we can work on that. We can negotiate that. We can kind of talk about that a little bit. And then, of course, your non-negotiables mean those are hell no's. Those are like, yo, I don't give a damn what you talking about. We just not moving like that. So that's how we rocking. Your negotiables are things you're willing to accept moving forward, and then your non-negotiables are things you like, yo, we might as well stop talking.
All right, so I say. I'm gonna think about it as I'm talking, but I would say some of my negotiables. I know my non-negotiables, but I ain't never thought of too much about the negotiables. But let's say the negotiables, I would say outgoing personality. I prefer a chick that has like a city, vibrant personality, but that's not a must. You know, I can have a chick that's quiet to herself as well. You know, so that's one of my negotiables. Another one of my negotiables is I prefer a chick that eat healthy. That's not a requirement, but I prefer a chick that, you know, kind of eat somewhat healthy, keep herself in shape.
Oh boy.
Now,
oh boy, here we go.
Nah, keep going. He said, "Oh boy," because we done had this type of a conversation before. But go ahead.
You know,
keep going.
Yeah, I prefer my negotiable is a chick that kind of like to do similar things I like to do. I don't have to have that, but that's a negotiable. Now, my non-negotiables, you can't have no kids. That's one of my non-negotiables. You can't.
That's a straight non-negotiable.
That's a non-negotiable.
Now, it's crazy.
I did think about, before I answer this, I did think about, because watching the KS show, you know, rest in peace, it made me think about if a woman was married before and she had a kid and then she got divorced. I kind of do look at that a little different than a woman that had a kid out of wedlock. You know, like if she been married before and she been with at 18, 19, and she showed that consistency of being with one guy and she got a divorce, it just didn't work out. I do look at that a little different than the chick that just was running around here just getting pregnant. But it's still on my non-negotiable list as of now. So that's one of my non-negotiables. Another one of my non-negotiables is she can't have a bad attitude. She don't have to be like super feminine, but she just can't be. I have to be able to be around my family, my friends, and know that she's going to behave in a way that's respectable. You know, that's not going to show me up. So those are kind of like my non-negotiables. Of course, we know the things that that everybody hates, is which like the, you know, hygiene and stuff like that. That's kind of around the board, you know. So I don't think I have to say those. But, yeah, the main thing is no kids, can't be out of shape, you know. And I said something else, but it kind of slipped my mind. Can't be super bad attitude, you know.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Y'all two had.
Can I finish my non-negotiables?
All right, man. Come on.
Because I was interrupted. All right, I said non-negotiable disrespect.
Okay.
And we could break that down in whether, like, me and him, would I decide disrespect.
But that's kind of like around the board, though. Like, nobody will say, I want some disrespect in my relationship.
Nah.
No, but it depends on what you define as disrespect to you. If it's something really egregious, that's a non-negotiable. Like, I mean, I don't really find disrespect to minute things, it would have to be something really egregious for me to find it disrespectful.
Yeah, but we know it's subjective. So whatever disrespect is to that person, they not gonna want it, you know.
Yeah. So another non-negotiable is unstableness. I can't deal with that's whether that's financially, mentally. I cannot be a therapist, and I cannot be a mother to nobody else besides my kids or children. I could be a stepmother to children, but I can't be no mother to no man. Another non-negotiable. I mean, those are my main things that I'm just not negotiating on.
What's up, Miss Lady?
Hello. Good evening,
Hey, Miss
everybody.
Petra, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
We're doing good. We're doing good. So let me catch you up to speed. Right now, we in the part right now where we're talking about our negotiables and our non-negotiables moving forward within this relationship. Okay, so I'm about to go ahead and let Willie go, and then I'm gonna let you jump in and tell us, when within these relationships, what is a negotiable and what is like a we can't, we might well stop talking.
So you ain't gonna introduce Miss Petra to the people that don't know her?
You need to.
Come on.
I don't know her. I don't know Miss Petra. She just come in with a big old smile and everything.
Because that's how special she is. Why? Listen, when I brought y'all on individual, all y'all said was what's up? Hey, how you going? She said hello. Why y'all want her to do more than what y'all did?
No, we was about to jump in, but then you heard me threw it the wheel. I was about to introduce myself, but you threw it the wheel. But how you doing?
Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Maddie.
Okay. I'm sorry. So what y'all really telling me is y'all wanted to introduce yourselves.
Yeah.
No. I want her to introduce herself too, though.
Okay, I'm sorry. Cause I'm sorry. All right, go ahead and introduce stuff right these fellas, cause these, they're a little pressed.
Oh,
then she went black on me. That means she ain't even want to talk to y'all.
All right, let me stop.
Hey, I ain't making no.
So Will, go ahead, talk to us, man, about your negotiables and non-negotiables. Let's go.
Let me ask you something. How many of y'all on the panel is married?
I'm not.
How many? None of y'all are.
So
I hate to keep saying this. Like once you get to that point, it kind of changes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the basis of it is all the same. We all gonna say the same thing. We don't want no disrespect. We don't want no arguing. This, that, and the third. But when you get into certain situations, sometimes you might have 100. And that person might have 80, and you got to give that extra 20 to build that person up. Or I thought it was crazy. Caprice and Maddie, she said she wants a guy who got kids, and Maddie said he wants a woman who don't have kids. And my whole thing is when you talk.
That's only because I don't mean to cut you off, but that's only because
I
have kids. That would be stupid of me. I don't want a man with no kids. No, I feel like I can't have a man that don't have kids because we would never be able to relate, and I feel like that's unfair I understand. With no kids.
No, I understood it. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is when I look at it, when you talk about negotiables and non-negotiables, you got to look at the whole situation when you first get into the situation. Hopefully the person will be honest and let you know what you're dealing with before you get into it. Now, I do know things change. I do know this. But when the time comes, I think it's just, we all going to say the same thing. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Yeah, I want somebody who's going to work. I want somebody who's going to build with me. I want somebody who's not going to disrespect me or whatever the case may be. But if we forever evolving every day and changing every day, that means them negotiables and non-negotiables is changing every day.
So let me chime in. So your negotiables and your non-negotiables are going to be predicated upon your values at that moment in your life, though.
Yes.
Correct.
So as we are evolving and we're getting to these things, because I know you brought up the marriage thing, and only 2 of us on here have never been married before.
Yeah.
But there's 2 of us who have at least been married before as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not like we don't know completely. So
Yeah.
I agree with everything you said though, Will. Like I do agree with everything you said.
Yeah. You know how we get down.
But when we're talking about the negotiables and non-negotiables, of course we're more keen to our personal outlook, and because all of us on this panel probably ain't in the same value space neither.
That's true.
I do agree with you for the overall point. We will mostly pretty much say the same thing.
Yeah, I agree with him on the overall point too, because I only can answer what my values is at today.
Correct.
You know, I can't answer what my values at in 3 years. I might get in an accident and lose a leg, knock on wood. My whole value system changes. Then what I want.
And that's why I brought in the whole point about values, because that's really what determines your negotiables and non-negotiables. It depends on where your values lie. But you know, Ms. Petra, chime in. What you think? Your negotiables, non-negotiables. What you think about what we saying so far?
I mean,
oh man, don't tell me you got that P-Ray Davis up there too.
You know, I've dated men that didn't have children, and I also have been with men that had children, and I was conflicted, you know, several times as far as like, well, I shouldn't actually just. It was like when I was dating with one particular guy, I found it that he was single, he did not have no children, but I found it that he required a lot more time. So of course, I felt like he was selfish, right? And so I was just like, okay, so now I'm not gonna be dealing with no more guys that's single. It does not have no children or anything like that. And that sounds so shallow too, in the same sense, because you don't know, there might be somebody out there that is not in that same category like that past guy that I had dealt with. But I dealt with men too that has children, and it's just been a whirlwind of ups and downs with that, because you always have to deal with the baby mama, you know, and along with that, with the children, you're competing with the children. That's another situation. It was. I'm a little bit bitter. I just finished getting off a cell group, so we're talking about repentance and forgiveness. So that's one of the things that I have to deal with. But yeah, like you said, like things does change every day. Does change. You don't know what's going to happen the day of tomorrow. So we're supposed to be elevating and progressing as humans, you know. So I don't know, but that goes from both, you know, like for females as well. So it's not just for males too. So I know a lot of females that are heartless, like heartless. You know, that's why they're not in my circle. I don't like that, you know. But it is what it is, you know. But yeah.
Hey, Kev, let me say something real quick though. Miss Caprice, I appreciate what you said about not being a mama to a man, because I think that's a big problem within the black man community. You know what I'm saying? Women, and I only account of this because like I talked to Kev about it. You know, my wife got some friends who is always taking care of a man. You know, and I think we done got to the point, we done gone away from the black man being a man, you know, and you know, they want to sit, they want the woman to take care of them or whatever the case may be. So I appreciate it. And Miss Petra, I think you probably, you know, would say the same thing. You ain't about to be no mama to no grown man or whatever the case may be.
Oh, heck no, I'm done. Like, nah, I'm done raising.
Yeah.
It's a non-negotiable.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I don't mind having to care for a man and nurture a man, but it comes with condition. Don't expect me to love you like your mama love you, because that's not happening. Ooh. Your mama brought you in this world, so she need to love you.
That's another topic though. That's another topic, because if If a daughter's first love is her daddy, can't you say the same thing? I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my daughter shouldn't expect a man to unconditionally love her. No, she needs to know what that man want and provide what he want for her to get that love from him. Like,
let me chime in real quick, because y'all know I'm real big on words. So Will gave the contrast of loving like, and that was a very, very, very strong point. But when he posed the question, Miss Caprice responded, and she used the term unconditional. We're not talking about unconditional love. He said the similarity, if that young woman's her first love was that of like how she shared for her father, why wouldn't that kind of be the same for that man though?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, you can love another man like your father, but you can't expect that man to give you unconditional love. Like it just doesn't work like that. Like it just does not work like that. Everybody, if you're not from a parent to a child, that love is unconditional unless you a psycho or something. You don't love.
But that's not even true though. That's not even true.
That's what I said. Unless you like really have a problem with loving people. I mean, I don't know. I feel like the only type of unconditional love, I mean, especially when they're young, they love for you is definitely unconditional. I mean,
so I don't disagree with what you're saying. I think the fork in the road is because you keep using this word unconditional.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we're not speaking about unconditional love. We're just talking about the synonymousness of loving like a father. Now, we can address unconditional. I don't think people should have unconditional love for nobody. I don't have unconditional love for my children. Unconditional love? I ain't got unconditional love for nobody. My love comes with conditions. For my children, for a woman, for my mama, for my daddy. Conditions come with my love. So ain't no unconditional love for nobody.
We was just talking about this.
And I think, let me say something right quick.
I agree with that, but before he even made the analogy of like, because I said, don't expect me to love you how your mother loved you. And he said, well, don't you want your daughter to love a man like they love their father? I mean, she can love that man like she loved her father, but that don't mean she's going to get the same love in return. Like, he can love me like he loved his mother, but don't expect me to love you. Don't expect me to love you like your mother loved you. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. You're talking more about the expectation of
Yeah.
You're talking more about the recipient side. Okay, respect. I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. What you think, Miss Petra? What you think?
I don't think when you going for a man, you should be looking for unconditional love anyway. I think you should be looking for leadership. I think that's a big problem with women in our community. That's a condition. Yeah, that is a condition. Yes, I think that should be the main condition at the top of every woman's list. Is he a leader? Is he competent? Is he forever evolving? And I think women go to guys more for this love feeling, more so than those things. And they complain about those things later after they realize the consequences of having kids, of finances not being straight. Then they want to say why he ain't a leader. Well, you didn't pick him for being a leader. You picked him for this love.
Making a point. That's pretty good.
Yo, but you okay?
I think
that's pretty good.
He's spot on with that one. Yeah, I think because a lot of women going into relationships not necessarily knowing what they want from a man, and they learn afterwards, after all the mistakes that happen and all that. Then they learn like, oh no, I want a man that's a leader. I want a man that do this and do that. But going into it, they don't be knowing what they want. We don't be knowing what we want.
Well, they going by feelings.
Especially if we not taught that growing up. Like, I mean, majority of people we can say now is born from single parent households. So you're not really taught.
I think most people are.
Realistically,
I think most people are taught that. I changed my mind, but I believe most people are taught everything. I believe they weren't taught by somebody that they respect. most people are told, oh, what's wrong, what's right, what you should be doing. But if it's not coming from somebody they respect and admire, then it goes in one ear out the other ear. Because somebody, I believe every girl at a certain point, somebody told you this is the type of guy you need to be going for. I don't believe when they get older after they have a kid, this is the first time ever at 30 that they ever heard this. Now I believe the movies are through somebody, an uncle, somebody. It just wasn't somebody they respect and admire, or they get caught up in the crowd of who their friends is and move the persuasion of that more so than the people that's telling them that's wrong. I don't believe that people ain't being told at all.
That's fair. I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, because I'm trying to take it myself out of it. But for me, like, it's not like I have like many bad relationships where I'm jaded about men, but still, I knew growing up I didn't know what I should want out of a man. Like, that was not taught to me from my mother, my stepfather. So I don't know. Like everybody say on the internet, it was pushed for me to go to school, get my degree, but men to come later and all that. So it was not taught to me to really think about what you want from a man and what you should expect from a man.
Do you know what you want now?
Yeah.
What you want out of a man? Because I know men don't ask. You know, I ask a lot of questions. You know, my mama said it, ask. You know, that's the only way you're going to learn something. So what is it you look for in a man?
For me,
yeah,
it's leadership, that guidance. Also just stableness. Like, you ain't gotta be like this 6-figure man that everybody be talking about. I just need stableness, like, because even them 6-figure men, you know, you're expensive. Your expense is like, you still might be broke. So stableness, financially literate, where I can learn from you. Like, so those are my main things. I'm not really picky on, and I've never been picky. Like, even when I didn't know what I didn't want, like, I never was picky in a man.
Okay, so let me ask you something, and I ain't trying to like take over, but what happens when that man wants to work towards that? Okay, he might be working, he might make decent money, but you might be able to save. So you're not open to teaching him that or whatever? Or let's say, okay, if I like to spend, you like to save. So what happens is, what I spend, I can go out there and hustle and get. And I'm not talking about illegal, but, you know, just go out there, do something to make that money back. You're not open to working with him to teach him, hey, look, do this like this, do this like that.
I will only do that if you ask me for my guidance. I never want to step over on a man and like come across like I'm telling him what to do, because that's not my job to tell you what to do, especially if you asserting yourself as the leader in the relationship. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but if you need my advice, yeah, I'll give it to you, and I'll show you grace within. If like you have a bad spending habit, and we could talk about it, we could come up with a plan. But if it goes over and over to the point where you just not trying to go by this plan,
listen,
then I'm gonna have to ask.
Miss Petra, what you think? I see you nodding your head.
I like those standards. I really like her standards. You know, for me, you know, definitely he can't be a psycho killer or something. You know, that's but definitely he's one thing, he must at least love the Lord too. That's one. That's one of the main things. Definitely for him to be stable. And what I mean stable is that him being comfortable as far as with him just being, you know, just, well, let me take back the comfortable part, but no, I'll take it back.
Yeah, take your time. Take your time.
Just him being just elevate, you know, like learning things. Because for me, what stimulates me, and as far as like being in a relationship, is an ongoing dialogue. And if you could be on the phone with a person for like 2 to 3 hours every day and just talk about it could be about anything, I that says a whole lot, you know. He I don't know, I'm kind of old fashioned too, so I like certain things. Um I like to keep the tradition as far as being like old fashioned as far as ironing clothes. Um just present yourself nicely. I mean, the cursing has to be to a like this. Um, and I'm just getting older. I don't have time for BS. Like, I really honestly don't. Like, I just don't have time for that. Like, I don't have time for that. So I'm just like an open book. Like, I'm really transparent. Like, if I meet a guy, and if I feel him out, and if he does not like do those things for me, or I don't pick it up, those vibes, I'm done. Like, and the thing about it, one thing what I liked what you said is that as far as like a leader, like kind of like he's imparting into you, that's stimulating you. I think that's really important. And that ongoing like exchange too, as far as like like if you guys do need help, to one another, like I'm there too. Like, but I'm not there to be like mama, like I can't stand doing that. Like it's horrible. Like it's absolutely horrible. But that's me in a nutshell. So
I don't think we ever got the negotiables, non-negotiables from Petra as well. You wanna? I think she just jumped into the kid thing when at the girls
I think she did say negotiables and non-negotiables.
She did start that. What are some of the non-negotiables for you, Miss Petra? Take your time. It's okay.
I would say for a guy that's living with their mother, I would say a guy that's living with their mother, but I have to put a pause on that because my son still lives with me. You know what I'm saying? And
you ain't gotta make
but he's like 28. But
and you stay in New York, right?
People that mature differently. Yeah.
You stay in New York.
Makes sense in New York.
The cost of living.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm about to say New York is a little different.
I'm okay with that.
Hey, the Jamaicans do it. The Africans do it.
So. Yeah, I mean, but I had like this one guy that I was dealing with, and literally he was living in the basement, and his mother was living upstairs, the dad, and she did not know I was downstairs, and she was talking ish about me, like straight up ish, and she was just filled with rage and jealousy, and I was just like, my Lord. And the thing about it is that, I'm pretty sure that there's men out there that they come out of a relationship that they have to actually go back home, or finances or whatever have you. Like it's just so many type of different scenarios, But if it's like something like a situation like I had dealt with before, no, that's like a non-negotiable. Now, a guy that's really obese, I don't know. Like that gluttony, because like passed over quickly. You be running to the kitchen and 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning eating some Oreos and just regretting it. What else? That doesn't sound so shallow, but I mean, I don't mind him having some weight, but he cannot be like crazy obese, like
nasty.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Like,
you ain't gotta be no bodybuilder.
Like, Lord forgive me, Lord. What else? Let me see. I don't mind dealing with somebody off rope.
Off
somebody
what?
off the boat, meaning wise they don't know like electronics. They don't know how to use IG and Facebook.
Oh, you talking about a foreigner? You
That's
talking about a
fine
foreigner?
with me. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I
that's
thought she was
cool.
talking
Somebody
about
from
too.
the jungle.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
To
They're old fashioned and I'm
it
good.
get you in
No
trouble.
headache. No DMs in his
Yup.
thing. So
All
I
right,
mean, men do it all the time. You know.
so let's dive into this next
Yeah.
one, man. Let's dive into this next one. And this might be this. We gonna give points to it. I know it's only two people who's never been here, but and there's a couple of who's done. But it's still a learning experience. So the question: how do you know when you are ready for marriage?
Ooh.
How do you know when you are ready? I'm not asking you about the other person. I ain't asking you to tell me about the next one. I want to know, how do you know that you are ready to make this step? How are you ready to, walk forward? Jump the broom, like they say. How do you know when you're ready? We're gonna start at the bottom. Caprice, do your thing. Let's go.
Oh my God.
To
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't want to go first, I give you time to think it through.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But how would I know I'm ready for marriage? I wouldn't know if like I'm ready for marriage if I think about it, like if I ask myself, am I ready for marriage, and I have no doubt about it, then I know I'm ready for it. But if you ask me now, if I bring a marriage in my head, I'ma start coming up with, well, this need to be figured out and this need to be figured out. It would have to be a whole plan in place for me to actually be ready for marriage. Especially with me having kids. I mean,
Understood. Miss Petra, talk to us. Talk to us.
Lord. Well, definitely, you have to feel that nudge and feel comfortable. Just in your thoughts, you're reciting it day in and day out that you're going to be with this person and you're comfortable, and it shouldn't obviously you have discussed as far as finances or whatever have you, because you don't want certain things to be rolled over to you. You have to be paying child support because things happen like that too. So certain things has to be discussed, like the most uncomfortable thing, like even assets and all that. Like, I mean, all these things might seem shallow, but it's the truth of the matter. But most importantly, you have to feel so comfortable with the person, like, and you just feel that nudge from Jesus. That's it, from God. Feel that
Okay,
nudge. You get
cool. Matt,
confirmation. That's it.
cool. Matt, talk to us, man. How do you know when you ready for marriage? Talk to me.
I say first I have to know the type of lifestyle I want to live and the type of lifestyle I want my family to go down, the path I want my family to go down. So I have to have that in order first, my finances. I have to have a full vision on how I'm gonna proceed and where I want my life to go. See, like right now I'm trying to establish the financial aspect of my life. So me personally, and this is subjective to everybody, I know it's different for everybody. Me personally, I have a goal of how much money I want to make before I have my first child. Now I don't have a goal of how much money I want to make before I have marriage, but I know I at least need to get to that goal before a child first. And I've been had this goal. I was like, I don't want to have a kid till I have 80,000. I know that's high, but my life, how I vision my lifestyle is a little different than everybody else. So I would have to have a vision. I would have to have my finances straight. And I would have to be comfortable in taking that leadership role. So I would say that's how I would know once those things are in order, I would feel confident and ready for marriage. Now that's different for everybody, but that's just me personally.
Okay. Will, talk to me. I know you already married, so I want you to tell me, man, how did you know when you were ready? How did you know you were like, you know what? Getting married. Talk to me,
I respect everybody's answer on the panel because everybody has their own opinion. For me, I knew. I just knew that was my best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, regardless of what, we argue, fight, we make it work. We have a good time together. You know, Kev, I already told you that. You know what I'm saying? You just know. But I will say this though. You're never gonna be ready. Every day is something different. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with something different. You're never gonna be ready. You never know what you're gonna deal with from day to day. It's just something that you gotta take on and you just gotta deal with it from day to day. That's where the love, respect, that's why I say everything works together. Because I knew, now here goes a funny thing. My wife now asks me, well, what you waiting on to marry my kid's mother? I waited 10 years to marry my kid's mother. My first marriage was a military marriage. So you know what that was. That was the money. The second one, I had 3 kids. Waited 10 years to get married, right? My wife now, I was talking to her on the phone. She said, what you waiting on? You got 3 kids with her. So you know what I said to her maybe about 2 weeks ago? You're the problem why I got stuck in that damn issue and that problem. You know what I'm saying? Just joking around.
Yeah, I get you.
But with her, with her, I just knew. You know what I'm saying? And you know, from time to time, I just think about it. Like I said, that's my best friend. So we go through things. Don't get me wrong. We knock down, drag out. Sometimes used to be, you know. But you just know, like that's the person for me, and I just knew it. You know what I'm saying? Ever since 2005. It's just that she was in a situation, I was in a situation. So when the situation came up and we could actually see if it was going to work, it worked. You know, so it's not, to me, it's not hard. You know, that's where the respect come in. That's where the love come in. And all the rest of the stuff is the icing on the cake.
Cool. So I don't disagree with anything you said, except the fact when you say that you're never ready. One of the reasons why I disagree with the idea of you're never ready, because I think everything starts mentally and then it builds outwards. So if you are a person that you're willing and you know that you're willing to adapt, then you ready. You willing that you understand that a marriage or a situation comes with the flaws and they come with things, but you're willing to adapt and work with that person, then you're ready. That's not a situation of not being ready. Because when I hear someone saying that you can never be ready, that's like hearing someone saying that we just let life happens and we have no control over what's going on. So I kind of disagree when I hear someone say you're not ready. No, if you know you're a person that you're willing to work with the woman or the man in which that you choose to be with and you can adapt, then no, you ready.
I got something for you.
Let me ask you one question. I want you to add on to this, Will, too, because I'm asking so you can answer both at the same time. And Ms. Petra. I know me and Caprice, I don't know how Kevin meant the question to be, but when me and Caprice answered the question, we answered what it takes for us to be married. And I see that you and Petra's answer was based on kind of the person that the other person is. So I want to know, was it just like overall when you answered Kevin, was you saying what do you need to know about yourself to get married? Because their answer was more based on if I feel this about this person, and this. But like, can y'all expound on like what y'all need to know about yourself or what y'all need to be personally to be ready for marriage as well? I didn't kind of get that from y'all too.
That boy good. That boy good. That boy good. You good. All right, Will. Petra, we coming to you too. Will, talk to him. Tell me about you.
I just knew, like, I was in a space where I didn't want to be with nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I had a good job, so that goes to his financial thing. You know what I'm saying? I was in my own house, vehicles. We didn't have nothing to worry about. I was in a good space to where I say, okay, you know what? I like this life, and I like this life with this person. let's go ahead and get married. You know, ain't no need to sit around here and just shack up where I know I'm gonna be with you. And me and my wife got this saying, regardless of what, I know I ain't going nowhere and you ain't going nowhere. So we gonna make this work, plain and simple.
Pretty good.
All right, Miss Petra, we coming to you. Tell me about you.
And you on mute. Oh, okay, she got it.
So definitely what I had actually stated about the guy, you know, having like his finances all in order and whatever have you, that means for me too. You know, trying to improve your credit score, you know, your education, anything, any type of unforgiveness or old exes that you need to cut off, like all this needs to be into a whole, you putting yourself into like the gym, good eating habits, that makes a whole world of a difference. And also, you know, saving money, like Matt was saying, like, you know, have different standards for yourself, you know, and set the bar high for you, like you actually try to make yourself much better from your old self, you know. Like for during the time of COVID, I learned how to ride a bicycle, and I was like 45. And I got my driver's license at the age of 45 too. So it's, I don't see that so much as an investment on for myself, but I see that also for my children, that they're seeing that, my grandchildren, and also the person that soon that, you know, hopefully I will get to, you know, be my partner forever. know, you know, he's actually on my level or level. So yeah, that's. But I like that how you turned it around. You know,
and that was a great answer.
Said that too, including myself.
That was a great answer. At first, you just said comfortable, so you know, comfortable is kind of wide range. Now you was a little more specific on what it takes for you to actually be comfortable. So now we kind of got an idea what did it take for you to want to marry that guy, which is perfect.
Hey, hold on. This is just me, man. I'm just curious. Why the hell you just not learning how to ride a bike?
She ain't New York. That was
what that's supposed to mean.
Because everybody is so congested.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to figure it out. Why you just not?
We rode bikes in the 80s. What you talking about?
So I could tell you a couple of stories, but I didn't have a good childhood. I was raised in the group home at the age of 10. So I was always fighting and everything. And then I had to like just speed up and just grow fast and stuff like that. So I didn't even have a chance to even like drive a car. And if I did, I crashed into a wooden fence. So that caused me to have like phobia. But what kind of like enabled that even more is me living in New York, you know. So I'm just, it's cool. Like I could just take the bus or whatever. But, you know, now I have a job that consists of me traveling and I have to rent the car. So I have to like travel. So the crazy part about it is that I enjoy that. The bike I enjoy too. It's like total freedom. But I'm not doing no roller skates, guys. Like no roller skates. I fractured my ankle like 12 years ago. So I'm not doing no roller skates. So, but
what about the Chase scooters? What about the Chase scooters? Chase Bank scooters?
Nah, we're good.
You ain't doing that?
Okay, I was just joking with you. You know, I was just like, dang, man, riding a bike is kind of crazy.
But that's fine. I love jokes. Don't worry about it.
I got a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, Will. Do your thing.
No. Go ahead.
Now you go ahead, because I got it written down, right, so I ain't gonna come back.
All right. So I remember Caprice saying something about, you know, a man I have to come ask her, and I'm not picking on you. You know what I'm saying? I respect your opinion, and it's crazy they be so different from everybody else, including myself. She said that a man has to come ask her, right? But she wants somebody to be able to show her something. Isn't that kind of double standard, though?
I had that same question. I didn't say nothing. So
No, it's
Matt,
not.
we did, Matt.
It's
We
not,
did.
Please.
It's not a it's not a double standard because you can't expect a man to know everything. I'm just saying whatever he knows, I mean, like you can teach that to me if it applies to if it betters our relationship. But if you're talking about if I'm better with finances and he not, I'm not gonna just be like, oh, do this. I'm gonna insinuate first, and then I'm gonna allow you to come ask me so you feel comfortable to do that. I don't want to emasculate a man and tell him like, no, you're doing this wrong. You need to do this and you need to do that. No. At first, he needs to be able to recognize that he has a problem with his finances and then want my help. I can't help somebody that don't want to be helped.
But you assuming that you making an assumption that that's a man that don't take advice naturally from his woman.
Exactly.
You assuming that he's somebody that you have to force that on.
No.
And man, you had that conversation all the time. We said women don't be telling guys.
Yep.
No,
because he may be accepting to you offering him the advice without asking.
Right, but I'm saying I wouldn't come at him. I'm saying I wouldn't come at him in a way where I'm telling him what to do. That's what I'm saying. It's all about my approach.
Well, I ain't say tell. I ain't say, but you said he would have to. My fault. I ain't know. Go ahead. My fault. Go ahead.
What you about to say?
I said the only reason I said that because you said he would have to ask you that you wouldn't give him the information if he didn't ask you your first time. So you the way it came off as if I know there's a problem, but I'm not gonna say nothing because I'm expecting him to ask me. But if you're better at that trait, why wouldn't you just offer it to them saying that he's your man and it's the partnership or whatever?
If we got all the love,
then if he's a person that don't like to take advice, then I can see you saying that. But you don't know that until you at least offer, hey, maybe you should do this, or maybe you should do that.
Exactly. I don't know that. So at first, I will come off and insinuating like maybe you could do this better or that better, and then I will allow him to ask me for my help. I'm gonna insinuate it. Yes, I'm gonna throw hints at it, and then if he feel comfortable enough to ask me, then unless it get way out of hand, I'm gonna have to tell you, or I'm gonna have to exit. So I'm gonna allow you to ask me first. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm just gonna be oblivious to and wait for him to ask me.
Well,
no,
that's
I'm
how
gonna
it came off when you first.
That's
why me and Will said something about it, because you said you wasn't gonna give you didn't say no information, but you made it seem like you wasn't.
He gotta ask you.
So now you're saying you're insinuating it, and then you just don't want to force it on him. That's different. I respect that.
Yeah, I could respect that too. And don't think that you are always gonna emasculate a man. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
It's men out there who value, because that's the other eye that I might be can't see. So you might see something, that I don't see. And then when I hear it and I see it, if we got all the love and respect, I should be open to take it.
Exactly.
And listen to you.
Yeah, but that's not most men. And we talking about when it comes to finances, like other stuff, I could be more willing to be like, oh, maybe you should do this and maybe without you asking me. But finances is a more sticky situation when it comes to men. When men that struggle with their finances, that can really be a game changer for a man. Like that can
I feel
really
you.
Be
I can understand that.
Option for a man. When it comes to finances, I will be more courteous when it comes to finances of my approach with it, because a lot of men feel like if they can't provide, that attitude and stuff. And
so let me ask a question to
I ain't got time for that.
Priest and Miss Petra, since you kind of went down that road. Do y'all think it should be a requirement that a guy should be open to taking advice before y'all get into a relationship with him? Should that be a requirement, or y'all don't think that's a requirement? Would y'all date a guy that's insecure where y'all can't even offer him advice? Or should that be a requirement? Either one of y'all.
It shouldn't be a requirement. No.
I don't think that's hard. I think that's a little bit. That's a harsh thing, but I think you should actually know within like suggestions if you could just see like if he's really sensitive or whatever have you, but there is certain like money when it comes to money situations. People do it's a much more it's a personal it's really personal. So and how to approach it yeah, I mean it's different ways of actually approaching it. I mean, I know for me, like dealing with a situation with my guy, he actually, which pissed me off, but he actually purchased this one particular, a Tesla,
Oh wow.
TV for his Acura, and talking about a young boy type of thing. I'm like, dude, do you really need that? I mean, we got other things to be paid. Like, what's up with that? Like, you know, so these are little things. I approach it raw. Like, I go hardcore. I'm Puerto Rican, so I'm just like, listen, dude, like, you can't be doing that. Like, you can't be you can't be doing that. Because otherwise, we're not gonna progress and go to the next step, you know. So, you know, we have to come into discussion, you know, and especially for big purchases like that. And I understand that you made the money, but once we actually become one, I'm pretty sure you will respect the fact of me not purchasing a Michelle watch, which costs like about like $1,000 and up, you know. So I don't know.
If my girl love that Michelle watch, I want her to have it. If that gonna make her feel better, I need you to go get that.
So I'm gonna put myself to that, like.
Long as she willing to pay for it herself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm
You
gonna
willing to
treat
pay for
myself
yourself.
to one.
Boy, Kev, you hard,
Wait,
man.
wait.
You hard.
What?
I respect it.
What?
That's crazy. That's crazy
What?
to me. Like,
Listen.
$1,000 watch, like when other stuff could be had, like unless it's some sort of something that's gonna appreciate over time or whatever.
Now we get if I'm
need to
with my
buy
woman
something
and
that
we get
expensive.
into the bag, like how I want to be get to the bag, and she want that watch. I'm not saying all the time getting that watch, but she want to get that watch every now and then. Go ahead and get that watch, especially if it's your money and you grinding for it. Celebrate.
That's what I said. I said as long as she's going to pay for it.
It's your money.
Yeah.
You gonna pay for it? Girl, go ahead, get that $1,000 watch you want.
That is for like a pay.
Now, if I got to pay for it,
that's for a special occasion, like a graduation.
That's what I'm saying, because I know how I don't want no woman that's money hungry, but I know how when a woman gets something that she really like, I know what type of mood that put that woman in. That make my life easier if she in a good mood. You know what I'm saying? If you're going out on a nice date, she got that nice watch on. I'm gonna have a better night because she got that nice watch on. Go in and get that thing.
Happy wife, happy life.
Wait.
I ain't saying all that.
Happy wife, happy life.
Stop.
I ain't saying all that. Nah.
Stop.
Happy wife, happy life.
Now you incentivize her to give you a good night.
Wait. Let's stop. Nah, I totally disagree with that shit Will just said.
Yeah, I said
that happy wife, happy life shit is stupid.
Listen, I am.
Wait. Let me break it down.
Okay.
The reason why I'm saying that because it only points to one side.
Yeah.
When you say happy wife, happy life, where's your consideration for the man? That so-called
happy
leader.
Spouse,
that so-called person who walks through. It should be happy spouse, happy house. Happy wife, happy life, that shit's stupid. Because there's no consideration for the other side.
I agree.
Kev.
Come on, Will.
Kev, I just got a text message, right? The text message say, and I'm gonna say it like this. Remember, I was off today, right? I was off today. My wife had a procedure. Then we went to Waffle House, right? Then we went to see my grandson. The text message say, I will put on a shirt and leave this tail out for you. Happy wife, happy life.
I don't see how that. I mean, I get what you're trying to say, but
ain't no trying to say.
That shit's stupid.
I
disagree with that, Will.
I mean, it's it's still dumb because then what? When she mad, your day gotta be messed up when she mad.
Now let's be able to talk about it though. See what the problem is. Let's get to the root of the problem. You know what I'm saying?
What if she ain't willing to talk? Because the whole concept is happy wife.
Well,
what if she ain't want to talk?
Right.
But that goes back to every day something is changing. Every day is gonna be different. But if you can get a base and say, okay, we're not gonna let things mess up our joint, so we know how to do. Yo, let's figure this out. Because what we probably arguing over or whatever it is probably small, very minute.
I mean, but you're giving women too much credit. Like we
Yeah,
are very emotional
Well-
creatures. We are very emotional creatures. So
Yes, y'all
it could
are.
be something very minute. Like in that moment, it might take me a day or a couple of hours to really calm down to be able to have that conversation. But if you're trying to have a conversation with me when I'm already pissed off, I'd rather you not. Cause it ain't gonna go. It ain't gonna.
But
go
I'm gonna
good.
tell you like this though. I can only speak from my personal experience right now, if that makes sense. We done been down all that road. You understand what I'm saying? We done been down all that road. So it's easier right now not to, we already done learned. And we know how to deal with each other. We know what to do, what not to do, and so on and so forth. So I get, like I said, I respect everybody's opinion, because I've been there. But it's all about the space. I'm in a different space right now.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Hey,
I get it, but I still think it's a selfish thing to be like happy wife, happy life, because I mean it's all predicated on one person.
I mean,
one person.
But listen, I'm happy too, though.
It's basically saying unless she's happy, then you're gonna be happy. Like, no, you should be happy regardless if she's happy or not. Both people should be contributing to the happiness. Like happy spouse, happy house.
No, I ain't saying, what you just said. I ain't saying that. But what I'm saying is, it's just a saying. And
you gotta see this is the thing, but you gotta really think about that cliche that's being said. When you say happy wife, happy life, that means the happiness in your life is predicated upon the happiness of your wife.
No, I'm saying that. What I'm saying
No. I'm not saying you saying that. That's what that cliche is saying.
I know.
That's literally what that cliche is saying. So you might want to mean it different, but that cliche is saying that.
I could tell how he was talking. He going by the literal phrase more than where it originated from.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how he's saying. If she's happy, I'll be happy because I'm gonna be happy. Time. That's how
it ain't got nothing to do with just her being happy. And
I can respect that.
Yeah, but it ain't got nothing to do with
that cliche.
That came from somewhere. Yeah.
Yes, that cliche has a direct meaning. I understand and respect where Will coming from, but that cliche literally means that though.
Yeah, it means I'm gonna do whatever.
Yeah, I can see why you say that.
It means it's predicated upon her happiness.
Yeah,
your happiness in your life is predicated upon her happiness. That's what that cliche means.
I can see why you say that.
Because that's why I jump in and I say, "Oh, that shit's stupid." Because my happiness shouldn't be predicated upon your happiness.
That's them guys that get a woman their whole check and say, "As long as I get a pack of cigarettes, baby."
We are not doing that. We are not doing that.
I'm okay with that.
We're not doing that. No, sir.
So okay, so before we get up out of here, I got one more question I want to add in. I want to ask you guys, because we were talking about negotiables and non-negotiables, and I don't think nobody really like pointed out something that was just super like unrealistic, but I want to know, how do one, or when do one get to the point where he understands that your expectations or what your desire is actually unrealistic for your situation? Like, for example, like say you might say something like, and I'm gonna use Matt's example about the woman like not having no kids. None of us are super young on this panel, right? So as you get up in age, because I believe Matt's like mid-30s, right? So when you get up in age, it becomes more kind of unrealistic unless you like dating young women. Mm-hmm. It becomes more unrealistic to say something blunt like, "Yo, she just can't have no children." So when do we get to the point where we can look at our own desires or our so-called non-negotiables and address them as like, yo, this shit is just unrealistic. I might need to make this a negotiable.
The benefits of that woman personally, the benefits of that woman in other areas would have to outweigh the fact that she has a child. So, like, if she's just that dope and amazing to be around, she's bringing a certain maturity, she's that blind spot, and that completely overweighs that fact that she has a kid, I can put that lower.
So with what you said being said, that means the fact that you said her having kids is a non-negotiable, that means that's not even true then.
Well, it is a non-negotiable right now, but I was asking the question hypothetically of what would make me see that that's not realistic in the future. You know what I'm saying? But as now, it is a non-negotiable. So I was trying to just answer the question and go along with the hypothetical.
I get your angle.
That's a non-negotiable because I believe my standards for myself are realistic, and I'm putting the work in to make it happen. If I wasn't just putting the work in, just talking, that would be different.
I feel you. Will. So to answer the question, when do you think some people should be able to realize, like, yo, what you consider to be a non-negotiable, you might need to start negotiating that.
When you done tried this too many times. You understand what I'm saying? When you done 4 or 5 people and it still ain't working. Yeah, you gotta change something. Something ain't right. You the common denominator.
You done failed to pass the 5 relationships. You need to be like, yo, you know what? You might need to start negotiating.
But then when you then like how you said, Will, when you go to that point, then I had to look at those non-negotiables and see which one of those non-negotiables I'm willing to lower. It may not be the kid. Correct. I may be willing to lower the weight now instead of the kid. I may say, okay, I'll take a woman without no kids that got a little extra weight on her and she's willing to work out. See, that may be a little low now. So I wouldn't just lower the kid thing. I would then go to my non-negotiables and say, okay, one of these got to go lower. Then we'll try that first.
Man.
Because the kid thing is like at the top.
That's you sit there laughing. My man, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm only laughing because we've had this conversation. I know why. I know exactly why Will is doing this whole crazy shit. I know why he's doing it. That's why I'm laughing. But so Caprice, to answer the question, so when do you think somebody should realize, like, yo, what you stated as a non-negotiable, you might want to start negotiating now? What you think about it?
I think if so much time in relationships has gone past and you have not got your desired results, then it's time to change something on the non-negotiable. That's why my non-negotiables is not really something that's unrealistic, because I mean, all I need you to do is have stability, whether that's financially, mentally, and be good.
Okay. Miss Petra, what? Same question posed to you. When do you think a person need to be like, yo, I might need to start negotiating this because this ain't realistic at all?
Oh man.
Thinking about that thing. Go ahead, take your time.
Well, I'm thinking. I'm really thinking.
Sure.
Well, definitely. Thinking about the single man that does not have no children, and especially if you have older children, they don't have to deal with it. You don't have to include them out of the equation. They change your heart. Not everybody's, you know. And the thing too is that, you know, I've spoken, you know, especially by that had children with, you know, other women, and they had actually reconciled. So that means I have to shut down, you know. But that's time for me to actually heal myself and just kind of open up the platform a little bit and just kind of analyze them a little bit more, you know, and I take a leap of faith as far as like being a committed relationship, you know. So that in a nutshell.
I think for me, this not to go off topic, but this believe all women has made it even extra hard for me to date a woman with kids, because it's made it even more dangerous for men to date a woman with kids with this whole believe all women and Me Too movement stuff. So that also has made that like a closed door. So I think a lot of women actually hurt themselves with that.
What do you mean by believe all women?
That's
believe
a
on women, that has nothing to do with children, though. That's more so.
It does
like,
have something to do with children, because women become vindictive when certain things happen. And with kids in the house, that could be a very dangerous situation. That's happening. That's one of the big things they talk about on these shows that's happening right now. Of a man dating a woman with kids. Because it's just a lot of things that could go wrong with that. You're not only fighting against the women, but the kids don't like you, and they say something, it can be dangerous. So that makes it even more dangerous to date a woman with kids. So that kind of like boom. So you have to tread lightly, you know, even more. You already got to tread lightly now dealing with women in general. So now you have even those other personalities to deal with. Nah, I'm good on that.
I feel you.
I mean,
I feel you.
I understand, and I agree with what you're saying. But I think that's easy to decipher from a woman, like especially if you dating and you having conversation, and if she's telling you all these bad experience with her baby father and all this and that, without taking no accountability of the situation, then you don't need to deal with that. If she like this, he ain't shit, and he ain't this, and he ain't doing that. I should have never gave him a chance. If she ain't taking no accountability for the situation, you don't even need to deal with that, because them kids gonna be out of control, and she gonna be out of control.
Okay. That's cool. So, guys, I think this is another one for the books. I think we did pretty good. We're gonna definitely have to reunite. We're gonna definitely kind of bring this one to a close. I know, a lot of us are parents and got a lot of things going on. So I think this is pretty good. I think we did real good with this one. So before we get out, I'm gonna let y'all go individually. I know we live in this time where everybody like to plug the social medias and all this other good stuff like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all do y'all thing. So I'll go left to right, from top to bottom. Matt, plug what you got going on, future, whatever. Let the people know where you at, where they can find you. Go ahead, Matt.
I'll just say Matty B coming soon. That's all.
Okay, cool. Will, let the people know, man, where you at, where they can find you.
All right, well, I'm 1/3 of the Old Head Podcast. Coming soon. It's kind of hard getting people to get together. Me and my wife also got one, Love Is, where we talk about relationship issues, things of that nature. You can find me on social media, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever.
Cool. Caprice, go ahead, do your plug.
You ain't gonna be able to find me.
Simple enough. I like that. That's simple enough. Because I would have said the same thing. I'm like, yo, you ain't about to find me. What I'm saying? Simple enough. Miss Petra, go ahead. Do your plug.
All right. So I haven't created a hashtag yet for me. So, but the next time, definitely, because that one is more personalized for my family. But I need to create one. So definitely, I got you guys for next time.
Cool.
Also, y'all got, I don't know if you want to do this, Kevin. If y'all got Facebook pages, and when Kevin posts this on YouTube, I'm sure they could be free to share the link on their Facebook page, ask people to follow and watch if they have any friends that may want to hear this dope discussion.
I'm sorry to disappoint y'all, but we went fully live, baby. Ain't no reposting, baby. We was live the entire time.
Okay, so y'all free to post it as soon as we get off it.
Yeah, it's already one on the books. But Yes, sir. You know, this humble beginnings thing, I definitely got a lot more content coming y'all way. I'm gonna definitely build with a lot of my peoples. I got a lot more people to introduce. I got a lot more people to bring forward. We like having these real conversations. We're gonna do this thing over and over and over and over again. We're gonna get these perspectives. Like I always say, humble beginnings is where we live it through. We living it through because that's all we can really do in life, because no matter what we face with, adversity or diversity, all we can do is go through it and see what happens, man, and, you know, see what comes from it. Shout out to my Vocal Vision boys, you know what I'm saying? I know on Kevin's perspective, I know my man them got some things working out. Yo, my man Kel, man, he dropped a video today, man. I almost quit my damn job today. He had a video, what? Man. That thing entitled, man, You Are a Slave. That thing is so powerful. I started to come off lunch and say, you know what, fuck it, I quit. Like that thing is so goddamn, that thing is so powerful, I started to quit. I'm like, you know what, I don't even want to work no more. I ain't want to work for y'all niggas no more. Like it was
you lying now.
Super dope.
You lying now. You ain't gonna leave your boo. Our boo.
Shout out to the Woodhead Squad.
And if you watch this video, feel free to like, comment on the points you agree with and you disagree with, and we definitely engage with the comments.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Please like and subscribe and all that other good stuff, man. But this was a good one, man.
I see you on your media training.
Yeah, it's working, man.
I'll make sure my boy
good. That's most definitely. But my team definitely will be back, and we definitely will engage in a lot of the other things. So this is definitely Humble Beginnings, and we are signing off. We will holler at you guys the next go.